देवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. We are reading from introduction of Bhagavad Gita, written by His Divine Grace Yeshu Bhakti from Singapore. The Supreme Lord and His Transcendental Abode are both Sanatana, as are the living entities and the combined association of the Supreme Lord and the living entities in the Sanatana Abode is a perfection of human life. The Lord is very kind to the living entities because they are His sons. But Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvayonishu Aham Bija Pradapita. I am the father of all. Of course, there are all types of living entities according to their various karmas. But here the Lord claims that He is the father of all of them. Therefore, the Lord descends to reclaim all of these fallen, conditioned souls, to call them back to the Sanatana eternal sky, so that the Sanatan living entities may regain their eternal Sanatan positions in eternal association with the Lord. The Lord comes Himself in different incarnations, or He sends His confidential servants as His sons or His associates or acharyas to reclaim the conditioned souls. Therefore, Sanatan Dharma does not refer to any sectarian process. It is the eternal function of eternal living entities in relationship with the eternal Supreme Lord. Sanatana Dharma refers, as stated previously, to the eternal occupation of the living entity. Sripad Ramanujacharya has explained the word Sanatana as that which has neither beginning nor end. Perfect. So when we speak of Sanatana Dharma, we must take it for granted on the authority of Sripad Ramanujacharya that it has neither beginning nor end. The English word religion is a little different from Sanatana Dharma. Religion conveys the idea of faith, and faith may change. One may have faith in a particular process, and he may change his faith and adopt another. But Sanatan, this is a very important discussion later. We'll go through this today. There's a subtle difference from Sanatan Dharma and religion. A religion conveys the idea of faith, and faith may change. One may have faith in a particular process and he may change his faith and adopt another. But Sanatana Dharma refers to that activity which cannot be changed. For instance, liquidity cannot be taken from water, nor can heat be taken from fire. Similarly, the eternal function of the eternal living entity cannot be taken from the living entity. Sanatana Dharma is eternal religion, eternally integral with the living entity. When we speak of Sanatana Dharma, therefore we must take it for granted on authority of Sripad Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya is directly Adishesh. Anantashesh only is directly came. That it has neither beginning nor end. That which has neither end nor beginning must not be sectarian, for it cannot be limited by any boundaries. Those belonging to some sectarian faith will wrongly consider that Sanatana Dharma is also sectarian. But if you go deeply into the matter and consider it in the light of modern science, it is possible for us to see that Sanatana Dharma is a business of all people of the world, nay, of all the living entities of the universe. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaka Dhamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda प्रेम से हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालम अंगं लंगायते गिरिं कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणम्. हरे कृष्णा. So, eternal religion, Sanatana Dharma. Religion, Sanatana Dharma. There are differences. What actually is Sanatan Dharma? Sanatan means that which is eternal. That means it doesn't stop in between. Now, if you see, Bhagavad Gita is actually spoken by Krishna to Arjuna. No, that is not spoken for the first time. It was actually being spoken to millions of years back. Sun God, he was one. So these living entities, which are also eternal. Yesterday, I was thinking about this. Srila Prabhupada says, Srila Prabhupada very clearly says that death is only a change of body. If we actually think about this, dear devotees, anything which is done on this body, it only gives some limited solace. For example, there is disease to the body, or there is old age to the body. One second. So, death is what? Just a change of bodies. Dear devotees, I'll tell an example. We'll discuss few examples, which gives a very clear indication that the jivas, we are not we are not born just now, dear devotees. Like for example, I'm 40 years. For somebody else is 60 years. Somebody else is 30 years. They're not born just 30 years back, dear devotees. Please understand. I've been closely observing by the mercy of the spiritual master. So they shed everything actually. They give everything actually. They give us the real perception, right vision. What is this, dear devotees? It's a very clear indication. What it is, for example, there are two children born to the same parents. Now one child is kind of morose, is kind of sad, and the other child is very happy, jubilant. Other child is very happy. You have no idea because the child one, because both same parents, same environment, they've been grown in the same way. But one person is doing one thing, other person is doing the other thing. According to his nature, his swabha, because we can give birth to children, but we cannot give birth to the swabhava. Can we give birth to the swabhava? Can we tell that I will have so and so son with so and so swabhava? No idea, dear devotees. If that is the case, Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj wouldn't have given birth to 14 children. He would have known the swabhava of every person, every child. He could have said everyone should be a pure devotee. He actually aspired for that only. But only Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Srila Prabhupada, he was a pure exalted Vaishnava Acharya. That means we can give birth to something, but the swabhava, the nature which is there to that particular living entity is, we don't know, we have no idea. We have no clue actually. So these are the so these are the things. So these are the things which we have no idea actually, which have no clue. This is a very clear indication that the swabhava is something which is coming from the previous lives. It's not that the Swabhava is actually manufactured in the mother's womb. The Swabhava is already carried from the previous life. Likewise, when this body is no longer available, the moment we leave this body, the Swabhava will be there. The Swabhava will not be lost. That means when we get the next body, the Swabhava which we carried in this body, that will go. That will carry forward. For example, if I am envious towards a living entity, and that living entity is there right in front of me while I am leaving the body. He's chanting Hare Krishna, but I am envious towards that person. No, he's a devotee only, but my consciousness is not right. I'm envious towards that person. What happens? I will remember him with that attitude, not just that dear devotees. Because that envy or lust or greed or anger, envy, false ego, pride, these are all the what? These are all the ones which actually carry in the Swabhava. The nature is carried in that. Just like we are eternal, this Swabhava is also eternal. That means this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara in the conditioned state, that is also eternal. That means we cannot remove that, we cannot stop that, we cannot do anything to that. Unless and until we strictly forbid all the activities which are not supposed to be done. Unless we really understand how critical and vital this deadly weapon is. These are very deadly. Actually, this is not 60 devotees. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. If I count, it is 6. But they have permutations and combinations in unlimited ways. Because this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara, they stay in the senses, they stay in the mind, they stay in the intelligence, they stay in the ego, they stay in the combination of ego and the intelligence. They stay in the combination of ego, intelligence, and the mind. They stay in the combination of ego, intelligence, mind, senses, different ways, different permutations based on our swabhava, based on our nature. Because whatever we aspire for that kind of swabhava will manifest from the heart and from the consciousness. Now that is a very clear indication which proves us again and again that we are here only for it since eternity. If you see, if you see one living entity, go and watch these living entities, and we can also watch ourselves, our consciousness also. You go and watch the dog or a cat or any other living entity or a human being. They have certain nature. And the parents don't know because one child will eat, other child will not eat. One child is not fearful, other child is fearful. Now the mother did the same thing for both the children. The father and mother, they did the same thing. But how is that the two living entities are different? This is an epitome. It's a clear indication that we are here for eternally. We are here eternally. That means even though we descended from the spiritual world, as Srila Prabhupada says, eternal sky. Through that eternal sky, we don't want that eternal sky. And then we came here in this material world. And what are we doing here in this material world? The same thing that the perversion, the perverted, that Prabhupada uses this word, perverted reflection. What is this perverted reflection? There we have one consciousness. But the moment we came here, that became perverted. Because when we remove Krishna from the real consciousness, then it becomes changed. Urdhva Mula Madho Shaka. 15th chapter in Bhagavad Gita, Shloka number 1. Krishna very clearly gives the understanding that yes, we are here since eternity. That's a clear indication. When a boy would see the girl or a girl would see the boy, normally they get attracted. Why? Because the Krishna is not there now. When Krishna is removed from the essence, naturally the material attraction is there on a bodily consciousness. This is called as kama. In the spiritual world also there is an attraction, but that attraction is in alliance with the Lord. That's why they do not attract for the bodily consciousness in the spiritual world. That is the whole point. Bodily consciousness is not there in the spiritual world. That means whatever you see here, opposite will be there. That means even this is eternal, that is also eternal. This is eternal in the external energy, that is eternal in the internal energy of the Lord. So both are eternal only. For example, if I have a misconception, now we will use this beautiful example. There is a Vali and Sugriva. Now Vali, Sugriva, they are kind of rivals in Ramayana. That's a beautiful lesson which we learn. Now I'll give a background to this. Now one day, Wali would go and fight with the demon. It goes for a while. The demon would take Wali into the cave. It's a big cave. And then somehow Sugriva understood Sugriva is outside the cave. And then the blood was coming out. He felt that Wali was dead. And then as Wali was dead, he felt that he has to close the cave. He puts the big stone and then he closes the cave. And then he goes. He goes to his kingdom, Kishkindakanda. He goes there. And then he sits on the throne. Now, the thing is, there Vali did not die. The demon died. And then the Vali came to the kingdom. But then he was furious to see his younger brother taking his kingdom. You see, the nature of ruling is there. There, it's not ruling, it's to be ruled. Now, here, what is coming? Ruling. That means the sadhaka wants to rule here. There, to be ruled, here, to rule. To be ruled is eternal, to rule is also eternal through the false ego. Now, Wali was so furious, just a small misunderstanding. Oh, he could have simply went and asked Sugriva, "Oh, my dear brother, what did you do? Why did you do this?" Or Sugriva would have clearly explained, "I thought that, my dear brother, you are dead. That's why I closed the cave and then I came. As I had to rule the nation, as you are not there, that is why I'm taking the throne. Taking the throne." He would have said that. Actually, multiple times he was trying to tell that, but Wali was not in a position to hear because of his aggressive nature. Because that is one swabhava. What is the nature of Wali? Aggressive. He's very aggressive. You see, dear devotees, if a person is aggressive, he will not hear from the other person. Please understand. For them, preaching is difficult. That's why for them, they don't even aspire for the relationship. Are this person is speaking. Let me go and hear. That logic and understanding will not come. Why? Because the person Sabhava is aggressive. You see, Karna, his Sabhava is aggressive. Not just aggressive, that aggressiveness is mixed with envy. Envy towards whom? Towards Kunti Maharani. Why? Because she left him. That envy is a small thing. Now he could have went and asked the mother, "My dear mother, why did you leave?" She could have explained it very nicely. But that aggressiveness, what happens? Aggressiveness will not allow us to go and absorb. That aggressiveness will not allow us to hear what the other person is telling. Now you see this, dear devotees. How many times we speak to the other person just to answer? We don't want to hear what he's speaking, but we just want to answer him. How many times this will happen? This will happen to every person who is aggressive. That means whoever is mixed with the mode of passion, this is also eternal. You see, every living entity is very aggressive. You see those ferocious carnivorous animals, very aggressive. The moment it would see deer, it would jump onto it and then it would eat. It would doesn't think whether this deer. There is no question of thinking. Now that aggressiveness, which comes through mode of passion, that also comes to the living entities. Why? Because the living entities carry the same thing now. Because where from we came from animalistic life only now. Previous life we were animals. So that is a clear indication why our consciousness is like this. No, it seems to be heavy, but it is very practical, dear words. That the nature is that, not telling that we are animals, but the nature is that. Why? Because the nature, we don't want Krishna. Just see how degraded the consciousness went. From the epitome, where the servants of the Lord, or we are the associates of the Lord, or we are the friend of the Lord, or we are the lover of the Lord, or we are the father or the mother of the Lord. With that consciousness, we came, just see, dear devotee, we even became an insignificant cell, an insignificant microbe. Forget about ants. Insignificant, very insignificant. In that also we were there. Just see from where to where we came. Urdhva Mula Madhu Shaka. It's a complete transformation from one state to the other state. There also it is eternal, here also it is eternal. That means the Atma is always there. This is a very clear indication that the nature of the soul is always there, Satchidananda. But that cannot be perceived. Why? Again, due to the aggressive nature. That is what exactly happened to Vali. Not just Vali, to every living entity. Those are some examples. Those things will also happen in our life. If we closely observe, we will see, Are yaar, yeah, ऐसे किया था ना मैं. I did in the same way. This is what I did. That is what I did. Now, through that aggressive nature and the mentality of what happens, dear devotees, we tend to not hear from the other person. That means the hearing, the Shravana Shakti will be gone because of aggressiveness. I already know this. Oh, I already know Bhagavad Gita. I already read. सब कुछ मालूम है मुझे. I know. Oh, introduction, introduction. अरे Bhagavad Gita is for children. Bhagavad Gita is for whom? Aggressive nature. This is aggressive nature. The mind will say, Bhagavad Gita is for children. I'll go and read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bhagavatam is also for children. Chaitanya Charitamrita, direct. Or I will only read 10th canto, Bhagavatam. Or first canto is for children. Parikshit Maharaj, what? Parikshit Maharaj. What do we learn from that? Aggressive nature. That means the aggressive nature, what it does, directly I'll go to Raslila. This is the nature of this. Just see the consciousness. That means you want everything within a day or two. Right, today afternoon we were discussing about this. Right, to develop right consciousness, sometimes it will take 2-3 lifetimes. Just understand. That means if the consciousness has to be fixed upon something, it will take some time. For example, if you are hearing first time these things, not in the previous life or in the previous life or in the previous life, then there seems to be heavy. But if we take that relationship in a nice way, what happens is we don't feel heavy. We accept that it seems to be logical. Right? I have this mentality, na? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsar, it is there. Na? It's not a problem. Na? I have this. Why don't I just accept it? The Jadavarat accepted it. The deer accepted in the previous life. In the previous life, Bharat Maharaj, he accepted it. But that same Bharat Maharaj is lamenting. That means, oh my dear Lord, you did not give me the intelligence, but dear Lord, I've been through all these lifetimes. Dear devotees, I'll tell another thing. How we prove that we Sanatana, eternal. Dear devotees, do we ever feel that we will die? Nobody. That's an indication that you are eternal. It's a clear indication. Do you see anyone in this world, they think that they will die? You ask anyone in this world. Not just devotee, anyone. Tom, Dick, and Harry, you can go and ask any person. Ask, do you ever feel that you will die? No, they say no. Somebody are fearful. Somebody says that I don't want to discuss about that. Somebody says that no, I am there. That is the whole point why we create so many things in this world. We make arrangements this way, that way, this way, that way. So many ways. Why? Because we think that we are here. This is also another clear indication. If you see a person is about to die, if he is really Krishna conscious, he will be elated. Just like Srila Prabhupada and his followers. They are elated. For the other persons, Prabhupada gives this example, right? Oh, I will give half of my property. Please give me 6 more months. Why? He doesn't want to die. That's an indication that no doubt he is on the opposite side, but still he is understanding that he is eternal. He doesn't know anything philosophy. But if the person who knows the understanding, who has that relationship, when the time comes, he feels that yes, I am eternal. Not just that, he realizes that before only. So sometimes for few aspirants, it will take a couple of lifetimes, which is not a big deal.
Because where Lord is very clearly telling, "Ha Vikrama Tosi Pratyavana Vidyate Salpamapyasya Dharmasya Prato Mahato Bhat." Are little endeavor you do, I am there to protect you. Krishna is telling, "I'll protect you." Acharyas are telling, "Don't worry, Krishna is there to protect you." What is the problem? That means we'll just leave this body and then take another body. As simple as that, you'll go into another mother's womb, stay there for 9 months, and then again come back. You might be born in a family of devotees where you'll be practicing since your childhood, since your mother's womb. Since the Garbhadan Samskar, the parents will pray for the Garbhadan Samskar, and then they come together. Then you will be sent into that mother's womb because you practiced. Neha Vikramasosi Pratavayana Vidyate. When I see the child, when I see any children here devotees who are born to very sincere souls, who are practicing, who are surrendered, who are abiding to the instructions of the Spirit, I immediately quickly understand they are these powerful souls. They practiced in the previous life. Because I can see their nature is different compared to other children. The moment these children, when Prasad is shown, they immediately come. When they say, "This is Krishna, this is Rama, this is Narsimha," they immediately go. And then they are very happy, jubilant to go and attend Mangalarti. They're enthusiastic to participate in this is a clear indication. That means these souls they practiced in the previous life. When we are confirming about Sanatana, is this not Sanatana? That means this child has practiced in the previous life. It is. That means through the nature, through the consciousness, we can carry forward everything. We can carry out everything. We can understand that. Now coming back to Ali. Now this person, through the aggressiveness, which is Raju, was so prominent in the heart. On the other side, Sugriva was about to tell Vali, please listen, this is my reason, this is my reason, this is how I wanted to tell. But the Vali was not in a position to hear. Please understand. That's why, dear devotees, always remember this passion. And always remember our acharyas. Always remember the Vaishnava. And then whenever the aggressiveness, when the other person is aggressive to us, please hear with pacification. Please try to pacify them. For that, we need to be in goodness. And if we are aggressive, which we shouldn't, when the aggressiveness comes to us, how do I come out of it? We should remember our acharyas. We should remember the Lord. We should remember our pathetic condition in this material world. We should remember how cynical we are. And then through that, what happens? Genuine humility comes into our heart. And then we accept it as a mercy of the Lord. And then we take it. And then the aggression will not come outside. The aggression has to be removed from the heart only. It cannot be removed from outside. It has to be removed from internally. That means consciously we should be aware of what's happening within our heart. Through our thoughts, through thinking, through feeling and willing. Through that understanding, what happens? We should see, Prabhupada also got some. Prabhupada had so many problems in his life, but he was showing that kind of aggression. He was not manifesting that. I see the spiritual master, they're not manifesting this, then why should I manifest it? That means what are we taking? We are taking them as a role model and then we aspire to their consciousness which they manifested through their understanding, through their taking of this Krishna consciousness process. Now through that what happens, dear devotees? Here on the other side, Vali was not in a position to hear. Then Vali was so furious. He kicked Sugriva. He took his wife. And then he became a king. And then he was continuously giving troubles to Sugriva. He was not in a position to hear a word. See here, dear devotees, this actually became a greatest problem in both of their lives. If Vali wouldn't have given little time, oh, he's my brother only now. Let me just hear what he's trying to do. If that was the given, then this problem wouldn't have manifested. His wife wouldn't have been abducted, he wouldn't have been sent out, and then later on, Sugriva becomes so furious. He was so fearful. Through that fearful, what happened? Insecurities came into his heart because he couldn't concentrate on anything. He was just staying at a place because that is the only place where he can stay. Otherwise, his brother would have killed him. He was continuously in a fearful state. Just like Kamsa was in a fearful state from the Lord. Wherever a small child he would see, he was thinking he was Krishna. At every sound, he was thinking that there is Krishna who came to kill me. At every moment, wherever he is alone, he is thinking that, oh, God might come, he might kill me. He's continuously fearful. But this is a different state of fearfulness compared to the fear which Shiva is carrying. But if you see in the core of the heart, the problem which they are suffering is both similar. But when we understand, assess this further, even after deliberation, even after Rama, Lord Ramachandra, killing Vali, Sugriva took everything for light. That means he was supposed to help Lord Ramachandra to kill, to find Mother Sita. But he did not. He received the kingdom, he was happy using the kingdom, but he was not thinking. So, dear devotees, what happens? All of a sudden, through complete insecurity or a fearful state, when a person is kept in a peaceful state, then he will forget his real dharma. Please understand, it's very important. Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan Dharma is an eternal thing. But out of a fearful state, when they received that peaceful state, through that peaceful state, what happened, dear devotees, is they forget the essence. This is exactly what happened to the conditioned soul. Conditioned soul, what is happening? From a fearful state to a complacent state, relax more, which we are right now. America means what? Relax, chill, man, chill, have fun, relax. Chill mode. What is this? Relax. What is this? Through this relaxed mode, what is happening? The eternal dharma we are forgetting. Exactly same thing happened to until Lord Lakshmana came, who's a spiritual master. Until Lakshmana came into his life again, he was actually enjoying the kingdom, staying with his wives, happily, happily doing everything, and then going forward. That is what he's doing. Please understand. That means, you remember yesterday we were discussing, right? Getting up early in the morning might be difficult, but if we do it to please the spiritual master, to please the Acharya, to please Srila Prabhupada, then that getting up will be a rejuvenating experience. Getting up early in the morning and taking a quick cold shower. It's a rejuvenating experience. Why? Because what are we trying to do? We're trying to do some tapasya for those personalities, not independent tapasya. Just like Wali was thinking independently out of aggression, that this property belongs to me. Who is he? What is that? That is independent. Just like Duryodhana was also thinking independent. Yes, no, no. This property belongs to me. It doesn't belong to Pandavas. I am the sole proprietor for this. Just like the conditions over here in this world, he's thinking that yes, this belongs to me, this belongs to me, this belongs to me. She is my wife. She has to serve me. She has to gratify me. Or he is my husband. He has to serve me. He has to gratify me. He has to give me everything. Because what are we thinking? We are thinking that we are the controllers. When the Jiva is thinking that he is controller, he will forget his eternal dharma. Please understand. That's so we forget the eternal dharma. Because the material nature is actually keeping us in that state continuously. That's why we forget the eternal dharma. Dear devotees, we didn't fall, we did not fall just like that into this material world or from the spiritual world. Directly, we did not come into this material world. We went to Brahmaloka. From there also, some souls went away, went back to the spiritual world, understanding that kuch bhi nahi hai. But some souls were rebellious. They said that I have to experience more, experience more, experience more. That means they slowly transcended from different lokas. Atala, Vitala, Satala, Tala, Atala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. These are 7 hellish planets. There are higher planets in Bhuloka, Purloka, Janaloka, Kapaloka, Maharloka, Satyaloka. We came first there only. Slowly we felt, oh, let me experience more, let me experience more, let me experience that. So we came here. That means by the time we came from there to here, complete transformation happened. Now to re-establish that consciousness, to re-establish that into the original Sanatana Dharma, it will take time. That means if the sadhaka is ready to get it, ready to aspire for that state, what is that eternal state? Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. I am the eternal servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. Gopi Vartur Parakamyo. Das. This is our eternal thing. Now to understand this, to know this, it will take one moment. But to understand, to realize it, it will take time. Just imagine if a sadhaka after realization is acting on a plane will be totally different. Because he'll actually lead his life as per that. Dear devotees, the moment we lead our life as per that, do we be envious? I am only servant. Why will I be envious to the other person? I'm servant now. Why should I control this? I'm servant now. Dasana das na. Why should I control that? What is sense gratification? Why would person would do sense gratification? Out of aggression. Just like Wali, why he wants to enjoy his brother's wife? Out of aggression. Rajo. What is that Rajo? I want everything. He's not thinking about consequences. He's not thinking whether this is dharma. See, through the aggression, these things will not come, dear devotees. Dear devotees, that is why 2 legs cannot be kept. That means 1 leg I will manage in material life, 1 leg I will manage in the spiritual life. That is not possible. Now to realize that it will take some years. But after that realization, one should be completely spiritual. One should have that aspiration. Oh, my dear Lord, kitne din aisa kaam karunga main? How many years I will work like this? Don't I have to aspire for further elevation of my consciousness, elevation of my state of consciousness, elevation of my life? How many lifetimes I will do this? Puna charvita charvinam, chewing the chew. Through aggression, this puna charvita charvinam becomes rejuvenating experience. What is that? That means when a person is chewing the chew, repeating the same thing again and again. Through that aggression, what is happening? He cannot understand this eternal truth. That's what happened. Wali was just forget about understanding eternal dharma. He was not in a position to hear what his brother is telling. And then through that aggression, his brother was completely insecure. He lost everything. He lost the composure. Even when Lakshmana came, it's not Sugriva who spoke. Valmiki ji, he says, Sugriva is not the person who came, who spoke in front of Lakshmana because he was not in a position to show his face. Vali's wife spoke. She is very intelligent. Just like she gives suggestion to Vali. Tara, she gives suggestion to Vali that you see, Sugriva is coming again. He's been hit heavily, but still he's coming again. There's a problem. Why is he coming again? Be careful. That means somebody else is there. Otherwise, he will not come because he's very insecure fellow. This person is very insecure. He will not come. Sugriva is very insecure. He's always fearful. Why would he come in front of Vali again? After repeatedly hitting, receiving the beatings from Vali, why would Sugriva again come? It's coming, that means there is something. But Vali was not in a position to help. This is what happened to the devotees. Aggression. Aggression is an obstruction in Krishna consciousness. Aggression will not allow us to hear from our superiors. Aggression will not allow us to accept that, oh, this person is superior. Let me hear. That aggression will not allow us. This is called as Raja. This Raja will never give us an opportunity to understand that there is something eternal. This is a complacent nature. This is a difficulty. This difficulty, this aggression will also stay eternally. Unless and until sadhaka comes to Krishna consciousness and then does sincerely Shravana and Kirtana and have the desire, I have to come out of this. I have to come out of this. I don't want this. This mental aggrandizement, this materialistic phantasmagory of this world. This is not helping me. This is not helping me to realize my eternal relationship with the Lord. You all have an eternal relationship with the Lord. Our deity worship, our Shravana, our Kirtana, they should actually help us to come to that state where we aspire to do continuous devotion. That should come. When that is there, dear devotees, that is the real essence in our life. So, what is eternal, dear devotees? Eternal is something which is there forever. Sriman Ramanujacharya, Prabhupada quotes here. Ramanujacharya, who is Ramanujacharya? He is Adishesh directly. Adishesh directly descended into the material world. Lord Vishnu personally sent his representative. You go to the material world and give the signs of all the aspirants who wants to come back to my abode, Vaikuntha plane. Shri Vaishnavism. That Ramanujacharya is telling eternal Sanathan Dharma means what? That cannot be changed or cannot be removed. Is it not a fact, dear devotees? That means if we have a relationship with Krishna, dear devotees, in the spiritual world, everything is forever means whatever they are following should be forever, right? That means the relationship with the Lord and his devotees should be forever. That ever, how is that coming? Through Sanatana Dharma. That means continuously, sadhaka is always in the state of service. Continuously, sadhaka is always in the state of connection with the Lord. When that continuity is established, that is called as Sanatana. Just like here we are feeling that we are here forever. Likewise, when this consciousness is reflected, and this is changed by purification of the heart, then whatever you realize that also. For example, I don't see the air now, but I can breathe. Even if I do like this, I cannot see the air. But I can breathe that very clearly. That means if I don't see that, I see it is existing. Because what is in the spiritual world, the Lord is there, his associates are there. Right now we don't see that, but we can actually see that consciousness through Gita. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning about eternal religion. And Prabhupada is also mentioning another beautiful aspect. What is religion? And what is religion means that which is built on faith. Please understand. What is religion? Religion is something, some principles which is built on faith. Okay. Through that build, what happens, do you know what is? For example, if somebody comes and tells me, oh Baba, oh you're worshipping Sai Baba, or you're worshipping some Devi Devata, you worship him. Because I worship him, I got this. I got a beautiful wife. She's hearing very nicely. She's feeding me nice. She's giving me, she's keeping me comfortable. Oh, you worship that Devi Devata. What is happening? The other person has some other faith. So what is he doing? He is trying to bring that faith into this person. That means both follow some religion. That means both are thinking that there is some higher power. And if you pray to them, we will receive that. We will receive the energy, or we will receive whatever fruits from that. This person is telling that you worship him. That means what is he trying to do? That is also religion. What is he trying to do? He's trying to change the faith. Just like so many people in South India. If they give 1,000 rupees, they'll convert from Hindu to Christianity. Just 1,000 rupees, not much. And they would just say, Jesus will take care of you. You be happy. You don't have to do anything. Enjoy. What your what your Devi Devatas have given, they did not give anything. They will use these words, and then they will say, if you don't come to Jesus, you'll go to hell forever. And some people who are fearful, then they immediately change. They'll also receive some money, or it's good now. What is that? This is also some kind of process. But that is based on what? Some faith. But if you actually see one thing, the prominent thing is it is changing. That means when there is a faith, when there is change in the faith, the principles are following, the rules and regulations, they're changing. Prabhupada says that Krishna consciousness is not like that. It is not to one set to people. A Jamaican can practice, an African can practice, an American can practice, a European can practice, an Indian can practice, a Hindu can practice, or this, that, to so many other things. Everyone can practice. There's no obstruction to that. Some practice कर सकते हैं. Why? Because this is not pertaining to some sect. It is not a sectarian. That means it is not, one cannot confine, because dear devotees, if something is eternal, do we see any bounds to that? It doesn't have any bounds to it. It is unlimited because it is eternal. Na? Dear devotees, that kind of relationship you have with the Lord. Please understand. That kind of relationship you have with the devotees of the Lord. That kind of relationship we have with Srila Prabhupada, with our Vaishnavas, with the pure souls, Vaishnavas. Do we intimately feel connected to pure souls? We should understand you have a relationship with them. Not this lifetime, life after life. This process is not to understand something dear devotees. This process has to be assessed continuously. It's not like, oh, I will learn something in a day and then it's done. No. Yes, you see the purification in the heart, the purification goes on continuously, right? Do you see any limit for that? Do you see any archer who's actually practicing the archery? He's practicing and then hitting the target. Do you think that he will stop there? He will get the perfection also, right? In that? It's a continuous process. And for archery itself, it is like that. This is eternal, Baba. This is eternal religion. That our acharyas give us. What is, how fortunate are we? You understand this? It's not something topsy-turvy. It's not like hodgepodge. It's not like, oh, Krishna hai kya. It's not like that. He's there. He's sitting in your heart. He's hearing. He's seeing your response. Whatever you're feeling right now, he's feeling that. He knows you're feeling right now. He's sitting next to you only. For example, if we are envious at this moment on some person, or if you are lusty on some person, Krishna is actually watching that. "Arey yaar, why is he like this?" And he becomes upset. Do you want the Lord to be upset with us? We don't want Lord to be upset with us. We want him to be happy. Do we want Shiva Prabhupada to be upset with us? No, we don't want, because you want to make him happy. How? By following his eternal principles. The devotees, what we are discussing here, these principles are there in the spiritual world. You all belong to that place. You do not have any other business in this world other than to go there. Please understand. So you're working for some time, you're doing this, you're doing that. This is all temporary. You're taking care of some children, they're all temporary. It doesn't mean that we don't have to take care of them. We have to take care of them because Krishna has given us. That means we should keep Krishna in the center of everything. That's all. Just like just like we have a relation, that's also has a relation, na? Just like it is for us, it is eternal. For him also, it is eternal, na? Just like we have to go, she also have to go. Na? Your son also has to go. Your daughter has to go. Your wife also has to go. That means if they also have to go, we should be nice to them, na? We should follow whatever they're telling. We should accept their words. That means our aggression should be reduced. Always remember this. When we have a relationship with the Lord and our acharyas, our aggression mentality will be reduced. That is what Srila Prabhupada wanted to give us. That is called as eternal. Sanatana means eternal. When Godfather, his name is Sanatan Das. A beautiful name. Sanatana Das. Hare Krishna. It means that which is eternal. What is it? It's like beautiful thing. This we need to explain. Please think about this. I'll stop here. Anyone would like to add anything? There's more to Sanatana. Means eternal. Please think about this, dear devotee. Our aspiration should be this. We belong to this only. We don't belong to anything else. We agree or not agree. But that is a true fact. We've seen some examples that is proving again and again that this is something eternal. It's not coming just like that, dear devotees. You guys just didn't came like that, just like out of chance. No. Everyone has a plan. God has a plan to each and every devotee. That means everyone is important. Everyone is important. Ant is also important. If ant is important, Jiva, who has received the human form of life, who can actually understand the essence of everything through the process of Shravana, if we just give up our aggression and simply abide to their words, then just through that hearing, you'll realize everything. Remember our spiritual master telling, just through the process of hearing, one will realize everything. So Prabhupada wanted to give us. This is the reason why he wrote all these books. Because he wants all of us to come to that plane. Because he knows pure devotion is pure, which gives unlimited happiness. So that is also eternal. Pure devotion is not eternal, it is eternal. For example, if a devotee likes to eat in the spiritual world, he is eating continuously. It's eternal. That's a service to the Lord. And then the Krishna is very pleased by seeing him. Oh, Krishna is laughing because he's eating continuously. That means Krishna's love, giving Krishna's love is a service. For that he will eat continuously because they have transcendental bodies. It's not like our materialistic bodies. If we eat some more, then we get loose motions, we get diarrhea, this, that.
so many other things, so many complications. Again, we have to go run, call the doctors. It is not that kind of a body, and then we just bogged down to these bodies, thinking that this is everything. You will think too much about this. That is also eternal. Just continuously thinking of this. For example, if you see a tiger, if the tiger is wounded, you know what it would do? It will not go to right aid and then get medicines. It will lick that wound continuously until the wound is cleared off. What is it doing? It's actually working on that body. It's not doing anything else. It's just working on that body. That means the tiger is thinking that I'm that. That means that consciousness is there. The same consciousness, because the tiger eventually it will get a human body. That's how we are carrying that consciousness. But when we see the acharya, they are aloof actually. They are aloof of all of these things. Hare Krishna. I will stop here. There are no comments, and I will hand over to our Vanshila Slope. Prayers.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble existence and acknowledge to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, thank you so very much. I always had this doubt, what exactly is eternal mean? Like we do say soul is eternal, but what exactly is soul? But we also know that I'm not soul, I'm soul, not the body. How is that connection, soul and eternal? Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita also, right? Soul cannot be, it cannot be distracted, cannot be cut and so forth. But that connection, it's good that we are reading that you are explaining in detail on what the difference between, on what Prabhupada is saying, the difference between Sanatana and religion. Much more clarity, Prabhuji. Thank you so very much. So religion comes one level below. Sanatana is eternal, on top, always on the top. And as you mentioned, gave clarity that it's not born, not it's unlimited. There's no end, start and end. Very that gives a lot of inner strength. Thinking about, contemplating on it itself gives a lot of strength, and that and it gives more hope. That there wouldn't be any fear anymore.
Correct.
So
there's no insecurities because we know what we are following. That means whatever situation we've been kept in, we would understand this is a mercy of the Lord, and then the Lord is teaching me some lesson through this.
Yeah.
We are
So
not Please.
So I was just thinking while you're explaining, how come why did Lord give the forgetfulness? Here you are mentioning, right? It's not like one class; it's eternal. We have to continuously hear. I was just thinking, oh Krishna, why this forgetfulness? Hope I remember this forever that way. And it makes sense, that joy of hearing. He's giving that joy of hearing every time, and then from that it's realization. And as you said, it's slow process, slowly that gives. And within that slow process, as you said, it gives conviction, and it gives it faith and trust on the acharyas, on how they're merciful. And at the same time, Krishna did not take credit to himself. He gave credit to Arjuna for all that, for all the questions. So it's all, we just have to go deep and listen carefully, as you started the session sincerely, Prabhu. So grateful to you, Prabhu. Thank you for your time and energy every day explaining. Very grateful to you. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So that thing which where Krishna is giving credit to Arjuna, that's also eternal. It's a part of relationship. Dadati pratignati guhyamatyati prachati. That means the Lord, just like a father, the father, your father is always strict to the son. No, the father reciprocates also. No, he's strict for a reason. He's not always strict. He responds. He gives credit back to the child. He says, well done, my dear child. You did good at your exams. What is that? It's a reciprocation. So that means what is he giving? He's giving credit back to the son. But father gave everything, all the facility and everything. He paid the school fees and everything. Because the Lord, he has actually arranged everything. He gave the strength to Arjuna. Later on, we see that Arjuna he couldn't even fight with small cowherd boys. He was lost. He couldn't protect the queens. Then he understand, the Lord at that day he gave me the strength. Now he removed that strength. Because a Vaishnava, when something is happening in his life, he will see his mercy is coming. One day he will remove that. This is not there forever. One day he will remove that. You should understand that day he has given, now he has removed. That means the sadhaka is always in that state of dependence. It's a beautiful science actually. Krishna consciousness is a nectar. Whoever is able to understand that through relationship, they will relish the science of Krishna consciousness. They want to hear more, they want to understand more, they want to know more. Again I tell, it's not a matter of learning some points or gaining some knowledge. It's a matter of transforming our consciousness. That means thinking. We are mentioning about forgetfulness. Why the Lord has kept forgetfulness? There's a reason for that also. It's a beautiful reason. We'll discuss that. Think further. We'll discuss about it. Because see, Amma, dear devotees, everything we should do on a practical level. Krishna consciousness means practical. It's not like you by heart some slokas. It's not like you by heart some verses. It's not like you know some activities. It's not like you know some principle. It's not like you just know, that, oh, we should just follow four regulative principles. But we should know the process of Shravana, what it gives is, we will actually know, why am I doing all of these things? With what consciousness I should do all of these things? Why is this Sanatana? Why is religion subordinate to that? Why the faith is always changing? But in the Sanatana, it is Sanatana. Sanatana means eternal. Now, whoever is going to Vaikuntha, they always continuously serve the Lord Mahavishnu. And Ramanujacharya is telling that. Tava vritta 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 tava vritta sevya. Dasusmi. Why is he proclaiming always these things? Because that is what he do eternally. He does it eternally. The same thing he does it eternally. That means whatever he's doing there, he's coming and telling the same thing. Whatever Prabhupada is doing in the spiritual world, he's telling here in the material world. Please understand, there's no difference actually. Prabhupada has a special position in the spiritual world, not an ordinary person. Do you see any persons opening organizations like that? No, you don't see. He's a special person. All our acharyas are very special, and we are grateful to fit in that. By the mercy of Vaishnavas, we've been given that opportunity to fit in that state. Something special to relish more and more. If you relish through relationship, oh, you'll never leave Krishna consciousness. I remember Krishna Master telling, if everyone gets the relationship, if everyone gets that satisfaction in that, why would they leave Nana? He would tell. Why would they leave? If everyone is getting satisfaction, if everyone is happy, why would they leave chanting Hare Krishna? Why would they leave the process of hearing? That means two things. That means there's no person to tell that. But even if the person is there, we are not able to hear that correctly. That's the only thing. Hare Krishna. Because it depends on our independence. No? So we should aspire to this. Please sleep early, get up early, chant your rounds, be prepared for the class. And then try, you know, try aspiring for that state of consciousness. Prayers. Anyone else would like to add? Otherwise, hand over the call. Hare Krishna, Deepali Mataji, nice seeing you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the wonderful class.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to add? Yes, Shamshila, so please take over the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class, preparing a Nitya Baddha soul like me to slowly take up Krishna consciousness. I'm so indebted. I'd like to take the dust of the lotus feet of all the wonderful devotees who are present on the